So now that your piece is dried with this 2 pieces glued, take your tape off. You're going to sand this surface down, sanding with the grain. Start with 100, and you're trying to make this joint disappear, and then just do 150. Always going with the grain, and you don't have to take a lot of time with that. The next thing you're going to do is go back to your cut list, and we want to lay out a rectangle to see if we did our math right, so to see if our phone is fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the top piece, and the length is 3 1/4, and I'm going to add 1 inch to get 4 1/4. So now I'm going to take that measurement, and I'm going to measure from one end 4 1/4, and then I'm going to come from the other end 4 1/4, make my crow's foot. Double check. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take my speed square, make it tight on the top, and then line it down and go down through here, down through here. So now I know that these two lines are parallel. So the distance between here and here is the same as the distance between here and here. What we don't want is two pieces that are not parallel and they go like this, and then your phone can't get down to the bottom because this spacing gets narrower. Okay, so then the next thing is we're going to look at the length of the inside piece, which is 3 1/2. I'm going to turn my piece sideways. I'm going to come down 3 1/2 and put a crow's foot. 3 plus 1/2. 3 1/2 here. And now what I'm going to do is just simply make a straight line between those two crow's foots. So now I know exactly where my phone fits. So my phone is videoing this, but let's say that this was my phone. My phone should fit directly between these two lines, and it should have 1/8 of an inch gap on this side and 1/8 of an inch gap on this side. So you want to make sure that your phone fits there correctly. And now what we can do is start to lay out our pieces. So if we look at our diagram here, we're going to start with the side pieces and put those first. So here's one side piece. The plywood face is facing up, and this is facing to the side. So here's my other side piece. Okay. Now I'm going to check my bottom piece. The bottom piece butts into the two side pieces, which is why this was 1 inch shorter than the overall dimension here, which you did on step 5. So now I'm going to get my bottom piece. And when I have these bottom pieces, when I press these two side pieces tight to the bottom ends, this should flush out with the ends of my back piece. If this is sticking out, forcing this to stick out like this, then that means you need to cut your bottom piece a little bit shorter. Okay? I would rather it shorter than longer. Perfect is what we're shooting for, but if anything, if there's a little gap here, that's fine. Okay? Now we're going to get our two top pieces. Here's one top, and this is butting into the side as well. Here's my other top piece, butting into the side as well. Now my phone bottom, whoops, the inside right here is going to butt to the other end, and that should go directly down my line. Now what I'm noticing is that I need to sand the ends of these a little bit